Hello and welcome back to WK Stars Basketball Weekly. I'm Dan Sheppard once again, and I'm here with Coach Potts, coach of the Stars. Welcome back, Coach.
Glad to be here.
I know you had a really busy week on and off the floor this last week. Tell me about the tournament you guys had.
Oh man, we had four outstanding teams here. All four games were competitive. All four games were competitive, and we had some really great talent here. You know, we also had a nice hospitality room that we got to treat to our
frequented often.
that we got to treat to everybody who worked for us and our players and things like that. And it turned out to be a really good tournament. I thought our attendance was pretty good, and just everything all around as far as the tournament went really well. So. Except for the outcome, maybe on the championship game. But shoot, you know, like I said, all four teams had great talent, and Jefferson probably had a little bit of talent than anybody else, I believe, that out of the four teams. And you know, it really showed. It really proved, you know, who had the most talent.
I honestly thought you guys played your hearts out. It seemed like you played really well, maybe as well as you've played all year in both games. And of course, you're gonna nitpick some places.
Of course.
There's plenty of places you can nitpick.
Oh, absolutely.
But I thought you played really well. The games, especially the game against Jefferson, was really fun to watch. It was a nice ball game.
It was, it was. I mean, I knew it. Like I said before on the show or on the radio broadcast thing there, I knew it was going to be a fast-paced, high-scoring game, and you know, the team that hit the most shots was obviously going to wind up winning. But
it usually happens.
That Jefferson bunch though, man, hitting 13 threes, golly. I mean, it's hard to beat anybody when they hit 13 threes.
Every time you guys would make a run at them,
they come right back with their own.
With a three, it seemed like every time they would just drain.
No, they played well. They put the basket in the hole, and I tell you, what was an exciting game was a semifinal game, the third place game. You know, and it was over a free throw. Call on the free throw line, and Elizabethtown won that game. Did
you happen to go back and check that out?
No, I didn't have to go back and check that out.
We'll have to do that when we get off here. But first, we're going to go check out the Earle Clements game. Right after this, you are watching WK Stars Basketball Weekly. Hello and welcome back to WK Stars Basketball Weekly. Dan Sheppard here with the coach of the Stars, Daniel Potts, and Coach Earle Clements was your first game that we're going to show right here behind me.
We wanted to make our defense dictate our offense here, and we wanted to kind of speed them up a little bit, and we thought we could turn them over quite a bit with our defense and up-tempo style of play that we do, and we got in some passing lanes and played pretty well.
Earle Clements has a lot of talent.
Oh,
a lot of real strong guys, some big guys.
Yeah, they do. I mean, the scoreboard, you know, doesn't dictate how talented this group was. I mean, they missed a lot of layups, a lot of free throws, things like that. But it also had a lot to us to do with rushing them and making it uncomfortable shots for them. They had a lot of uncomfortable shots that they weren't used to, and I thought our defense really stepped up and played hard, and we played well as a team.
Your offense was very patient, like it has been this second half of the semester.
Right. And the second half of the semester, we're 9-3. We wound up being 9-3, and you know, two of those games was a one-point game and an overtime game, and then of course our Jefferson game. But kids really played well the second half of the season. They bought into the system. They Look how many passes these are. Nobody being selfish. We're passing up good shots to take great shots, and you know, we get the shot that we want.
I don't know if you can say enough about Jay Lee in this tournament here.
He's an animal. He's tough. That's the bottom line. You know, my sophomores, Ben and Jay Lee both played a really good tournament for their last 2 games as a West Kentucky Star. And Jay Lee's just a heck of a ball player, and I'll put Ben right up there with shooting with anybody.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's got range out the wazoo. So and a great kid and a great young man.
That was a steal just waiting to happen right there.
Yeah.
I don't know how many points he had in this game. I know the next game, Jay Lee had, what, 30?
33.
33, and it just seemed like a quiet 33. It wasn't like earlier in the year where he's the only guy we're going to.
Right.
It's just like, wow, he had that many points.
We've had a lot of people improve this year, and in a quick amount of time. You know, Kevin Welch
is one of those guys. Absolutely. I know he didn't make that basket.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, Emmanuel Abbage is one that I just.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, he's came a long way. I know. I talked to one of his assistant high school coaches after the ball game on Saturday, Coach Holt, and he's like, man, that kid, you know, when he's a senior, couldn't even catch the ball or do anything. I would never imagine him doing the right hook. And, you know, and that comes to him putting the time in practice, and even not in practice, on his own, and putting the work in, and you know, being a great player for us this year. If we don't have Emmanuel Abbage, we probably don't win 13 games. I mean, that's just the bottom line.
No, he's been a big part in this, certainly in this second half.
Yes, absolutely. Next year, I expect that young man to be a dominant force any time.
Yeah, he's going to be getting quite a few looks next year.
Yes, he is. And then the kid who can take over a ball game, and we'll see it here in a second anytime he wants to, is Chase Clark. My land said, can that kid play? He's tough. We really went on a good run right there. I think we went on about a 12-0 run. Our defense stepped up a little bit. Great pass by Cam right there. Great finish by E-Man. And I still love, and y'all haven't got to see the best of him yet, is Kildre Gonzalez, number 11. He's when he takes his shirt off, my gosh, he's just a physical specimen. I don't mean anything by that, but he's a hoss. And he can shoot the ball, he can drive, he's a good passer, he's a great fundamental player. And you'll get to see a lot of that young man next year.
Yeah, he's certainly going to be a leader on this team.
I tell you what, Zach had a really good game, both games in the tournament, I thought.
He just does so many good things away from the ball.
Absolutely.
Zach does.
Absolutely.
It's just incredible knowledge for the game.
Yeah,
He's always talking.
Always talking on defense, and I think he drew 3 charges this ball game, 2 or 3. And like you said, his knowledge for the game is, he might not have the most athletic ability on the team or anything like that, but he's got a great IQ for it, great feel for the game. We're glad to have him. He's done a great job for us this second half. Good block. We're out getting out and running. I think our last 6 ball games, our lowest score total was 85.
Wow.
So that's playing fast and putting some points up and being unselfish. I love looking at the end ball games, looking down the scorebook and seeing 5 or 6 guys in double figures. I love it. I love it.
A few of those games you've run out of room on the scorebook.
Yeah, I know. I remember there was one game we had 8 in double figures. This was an outstanding block. This was close to halftime, and that would have gave them some momentum going into half. But Jay Lee didn't allow them to have that. Played a pretty well, pretty good first half. My number one thing was extending this lead, not being satisfied with being up, however many we were right then.
Yeah, it seems like earlier when we played Earle Clements at home, that was an issue. We kind of let them back in a little bit. And they just kept the foot on the gas in this game, it seemed like.
We played pretty well. We played unselfish. That was my favorite. I think I've said it the whole year long. You know, we just played unselfish. On the pass right there, getting the ball up down the floor quick, making these extra passes. Look at this ball movement. Yeah, there's been at least 8 passes. Yeah. Just working the ball around him.
That pass by Cam there across is like.
And if B ain't got a hand in his face, he's gonna hit that thing just about 90% of the time. He's just probably our best shooter on the team, or so. At least one of the top ones, and you just can't leave that young man open. That's a great pass.
Great pass. Everybody in the place thought he was passing to Cam there on the wing, and
great no looker. Good high-low right here. I said Zach played a pretty good ball game, and again, I hate to bring it up again, but a month ago, Jay Lee didn't make that pass. Jay Lee probably tries to take it on 5 guys right there, and he might get fouled. But you know, he started trusting his teammates within the last month or so, and Jermaine really did a great job for us. We're definitely gonna miss him next year.
It's good to see him hitting those baskets out there too. Cam Chumley.
Yeah, but I think, like I said, I think Cam only needed that one game against Crowley Ridge to gain his confidence back, and he played really well this ball game as well. I really don't like that decision too much right there, but
it works out, and Jay Lee, who's not really known for his three-point shooting ability, you almost have to shoot that one, though, Coach. I mean, he's so open.
Yeah, I agree. We should have had a wide-open layup, but it, like you said, it worked out for us.
That counted more than the layup did anyway. So.
That's a good point. Good shot by Pedro right there.
It's a nice steal, and he stayed with it.
Good find right here. Again, there's one of our top shooters on the team right there with a wide open 3.
He's across the half-court line. He's in range pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, he can shoot. He can shoot the lights out.
Yeah, I've noticed there's several out over there in the gym. I guess that's from his shooting.
Just like that right there as Maya lands. Good take.
Yeah, the defense never stopped him, so.
Good take.
And here he is with a steal, too.
That's what Pedro does. He's scrappy, he brings energy, and gives us just a second dimension that maybe Cam doesn't have on the defensive end. And them two just complement each other very, very well. You know, Cam's he's a lights out shooter, and he'll drive every now and then Pedro comes in, gives us that energy that peps our team up a little bit. Especially if we got our head down or something like that. I know I can bring Pedro right off the bench, and he'll produce. He'll produce.
Got a lot of energy out there.
Yes, absolutely.
He provides.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, Coach. That's the Earle Clements game. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the Jefferson Community Technical College game.
And the championship game,
the championship game of the West Kentucky Invitational Tournament. So you're watching WK Stars Basketball Weekly. Hello and welcome back to WK Stars Basketball Weekly. Coach, we're going to be talking about the final game of the season right now.
Well, it was a doozy. It was a doozy. It was a great ball game. Great ball game here.
It's one of those you always want to win your last game of the season, but few teams do it, really.
Right. Both teams started off a little sluggish. I think in the first 2 or 3 minutes there was 4 turnovers. So, 2 from us and 2 from them. And then once both teams settled down, we really put some points on the board.
Oh my goodness, did you? It was an understatement.
Like I said, it was an exciting game to watch. It was a fun game to play in. I know some of my guys have made the comment, that was a fun game, Coach. That was a fun game. And, that's what it's all about. These championship games, that's what it's all about. And I'm proud of our guys. We had a lot of guts. I mean, they had some monsters. I mean, they outsized us probably in every spot. And maybe out athleticism, in every spot. Things that.
It's easy for you to say.
I know, right? That's just how powerful that kid is. And that's not a foul or anything. It's just a man going against maybe a little boy right there. He's tough.
He's tough. 33 points in this game.
Yeah, he's in my opinion, he was definitely the best player out on the floor. Both ways, maybe not the best shooter, obviously, on the floor, but the best player, in my opinion, on the floor.
He's playing against probably a bunch of players that he knows and played against here.
Absolutely.
Being from Jefferson, of course, from Louisville.
Yeah. Look how deep this is.
He's almost out of bounds over there.
That's crazy. When he shot it, I remember saying, "Oh Lord." Then when it went in, look at me over there. I'm like, "Oh man." Shoot. I felt if we had a weak spot in the first half, besides our off-the-ball great job, Kevin. Besides our off-the-ball defense, if we would hit our layups and free throws, we'd have been up by at least, double digits at halftime, maybe around the 9 or 10 mark.
Free throws certainly play.
Free throws absolutely
in this game. But Jefferson, they certainly hit them down the stretch here at the end when you're trying to claw back in.
Yeah, they did.
They hit every one of them. Look at that block.
This was a Sports Center type block right there.
Yes, it was. Yeah, we talked about after last week's show, I think it was last week, we talked about Michael Jordan having a block very similar to that one.
I mean,
that's his little homage to Michael Jordan there.
I mean, that sucker's just came a long way, and he's having fun doing it. As soon as our last game was over, he was already talking about this.
That block.
I mean, that's just
two-hand block.
That's a man block.
Unheard of.
I mean, after our last game, he was already talking about, "Coach, when's workouts?" And I said, "To Tuesday," and he's there. He has a great pass by Jay Lee.
Certainly was.
Great
good catch too. I mean, it's a tough one to catch.
And those two guys really played really well together the last 12 games of the season. Really played really well.
Nobody stops the ball again. Takes it all the way.
Easy finish. Said both these teams played with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of passion, a lot of heart. Both teams, in my opinion, refused to lose, and it just so happened that Jefferson, hit just a couple more contested shots than we did, and
they were lighting it up from outside.
They had 13 threes, 13 threes on us, and we tried zone, we tried man, we tried a lot of different strategies, and they just. Kudos to them. They just made plays. They made plays. Good take by Kevin. We were trying to get him to do that all year long, and played a really good first half. Great energy off the bench for us. That's how quick this game was. They score. We get the ball down, push it, just like we always talked about, and we're getting an and one out of the deal. That's the way that game was played the whole game. I mean,
I know. I was there. You don't have to tell me.
Fast-paced game. It was a lot of fun.
It may have been my favorite game of the year to watch.
Yeah.
Such a good. Both teams just played so well.
Both teams had good, great players on each other's team, and really played well. And Louisville, all of them were all freshmen. They might not look like all freshmen, but
I was hoping you would not say that.
Yeah, me and you both until I asked them. I was like, "All y'all freshmen?" He said, "Yes, sir." And I was like, "Oh Lord, I got my work cut out for me."
Oh man.
Look at 41 right there. That's the kid I remember. I said that he had his arms were as big as my head, and his arms might be bigger.
Yeah.
I did like Jay Lee trying to attack the basket right there with full force. I wish he could have got that down. That'd have been a big play for us.
Right. But still, even though that dunk didn't go in, he still kept in the game, and we ended up getting the basket anyway.
Great move by Zach right there. I thought maybe it should have been an M1. I think he was moving still, but me as a coach, I want to try to get every point I can.
But, of course, especially at home.
Absolutely. But only down 4 points right here. We talked a lot about our defense. And in this fast-paced game, and I mean, it's like I said, they hit shots. That's the bottom line. We came out a little. We didn't come out with much enthusiasm. Like I said, I think we got down a quick 8 to 10 points, and then Zach finally makes that basket.
What a great move by Zach right there.
Yeah, that was a fantastic move.
He didn't have that move last year in his arsenal.
Yeah.
Pretty confident.
It seems, very. That's what I was going to say. His confidence. His confidence has really soared, I believe, in and the last, especially the last 4 or 5 games, and he's going to be a good one for us next year. That was a great find by Jay Lee. Drove the basket hard, made 2 or 3 people commit to him, and finds a great shooter in Cam Chumler right there, and Cam knocks one down. I believe Cam had double figures this game. He probably should have had about, I think he had 11. I think he should have probably had about 15 or 16 because of free throws, but played a pretty good game right here. Good attack.
Real nice.
Kissing it off the glass right there, and then we had an offensive rebounder and E-man ready just in case of the miss. We got to get him dribbling the ball less, though.
Yeah.
Got to. E-man does a good job staying with it.
There for the easy putback. One of the few easy putbacks.
Oh man, so they were monsters. They were big. I like that our team played a lot of passion. We played a lot of intensity, a lot of heart. And we made they actually got away from us about 14, and then we finally made a little run right here, and I think this cuts it to 64-70.
Yeah, and if we had just a little more time there at the end, I know we were making that run and we're forced to foul, and that kind of stretches the game out a little bit.
I thought this was a great find by Chase at the top, and then Jay Lee does what he's done all year and finishes a play. I mean, over a 6'9", 6'10" kid.
Doesn't matter who it is.
No, it don't matter. I mean, he's just the finisher.
Great back door.
Yeah. They stay with it, E-man.
E-man finishes up another easy one.
Looks like it's 76-79. That's what you were talking about earlier.
Right.
As soon as we make a comeback right there, they come down and hit a 3 of their own.
Just take the wind right out of the sail.
And I give kudos to my kids this year. The first of the season, this couldn't have happened. But you know, we got down by 9 right there. We come back down and get an easy bucket from a great player. And Chase Clark absolutely took over this game in the last 10 minutes of this ball game. I don't know if he had a bucket as far as the second half before the 8-minute mark, and then he just scored about 12 straight. I mean, there wasn't nobody stopping this young man. And Jay Lee gets his arm dried off.
That is insane. It's like how one-handed. You've heard the phrase, he could beat you with one hand tied behind your back. Well, there you go. He just did it.
This was a big play right here that got us really, really going. I think we were down 80-84. We needed to stop right here, and we get one. Chase makes a great pass to Chase or Cam. And we go down 2.
The place is going nuts at this point.
Well, I thought this right here was probably one of the biggest plays of the ball game. Just a man take. I mean, Jermaine is tough. He's just tough. Good take, Chase.
You think it's the haircut that did it for him?
I don't know. He talked. All the kids are making fun of him about his hair. What they call it, a flat top in high school, and he's like, "Coach, I'm gonna get a flat top." And my gosh, he did. This right here is where I thought the biggest play was. We were only down 3, and then I think we get a tough call on this right there.
Yeah, I don't know, and I agree. Right there, I don't know what else he could have done defensively.
Yeah, and then that kid hits it. It's a free throw, and we go down 6 with 2.5 minutes or so and go in the ball game. And Jay Lee makes a great cut right here, stays with it, and we go down 4. 2:53, okay, 2:53. And then from this point on, they just hit shots. They hit some threes that they needed. I think this is one right here that they maybe stay with it and maybe hit it or so. I don't remember exactly, but they just hit shots the last 3 minutes of this ball game. And we couldn't. B gets a turnover right here.
Right.
Yeah. Thought our fans really gave us a lot of support during this time and things of that nature, and really gave us a lot of energy. Here's the big dagger in the heart right here. I believe the kid number 23 in the corner. Yep. Yeah, that get us. That got us pretty good right there.
And they just would not miss at the free throw line.
I think they hit their last. I think they went 11 for 11 last 2 minutes of this ball game. It's free throw line.
Jay Lee hadn't hit a three-pointer all year. He hits 2
in our tournament.
Yeah, in the tournament.
Yeah, you know, our kids played hard. They focused in. They followed the game plan and things like that. It's just you know, it stinks that we came up just a little short, but oh man, I'm proud of our kids. I'm proud of our effort, and I know a lot of us are coming back. A lot of us were freshmen, except our 2 sophomores, and I want to say a special thanks to our 2 sophomores, Ben Durdoy and Jermaine Lee. Thank you all for a great season, and thank your families for letting me coach you all. I want to say a special thanks to Dr. Veazey for letting us have this program, Dr. Russell, Amy Elmore, Sarita Robinson, Chris Brown for taking the ticket sales and everything like that. Thanks, Nancy Robbins, for always being around and doing whatever we ask. Thank you guys for doing whatever. Man, thank you so much for helping me on this show, and all these guys that is part of your crew. Y'all doing awesome job, man.
I've got a list of these guys because I don't have the memory you've got, but Tom Butler, Joey Skaggs, he took over in there when I joined in this seat, and he did a tremendous job. Myself, I think I've done pretty good.
Absolutely.
Brad Abernathy, Rachel Mahoney, Max Curry has volunteered countless hours.
Absolutely.
We could not do what we have done.
What a great young man he is.
Oh man,
as well.
He's done a great job. Sarita Robinson, I'll thank her as well. She shot most of the away games, and Pablo Bianchi. And KK Martin filled in one time.
She did.
And helped us out. And then over in Mayfield at WKNT Sports, those guys there have picked us up.
Oh, they've exposed our program out in those areas. And
we've got fans, and I'm from Graves County, and it's pretty often that I go over there and people say, hey, I saw you on TV. So thanks you guys for tuning in over there. Coach, thank you so much. This isn't the end, though. No. We're going to keep going. Some of these, we're going to do some more shows in the summer.
Absolutely.
We've got some things coming for you. So it may not be weekly like the show.
Some behind-the-scenes things that the West Kentucky Stars go through, and practices and our off-season.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah, definitely. Stay tuned, because that will be fun. It'll be educating for those basketball gurus out there.
Right. Thanks so much, Coach. Thank you guys for watching. You have been watching WK Stars Basketball Weekly.